Hey, so LARP Labs here. So part of why I picked my name is LARP because I'm just some dude LARPing around in basements, right? When I talk about how not to take myself too seriously. The other one is Labs. So part of that's because it sounds cool. Part of it because I like to do, when I think of a project, I kind of like to just do it. And sometimes it's a good idea, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a way you save some money, sometimes it's not. And today I'm going to talk through one of those. So enter this plate. So what this is this is an evike.com plastic training plate. So Evike sells replica plates. This one's plastic. They also sell them in foam. So when you get one of these, they weigh almost nothing because they're all hollow plastic. However, each one of these has a like a hole in the top here. So some people fill these with sand, some people fill them with water. The problem with both of those is you'll eventually end up cracking the plate. I don't have a crack on this one yet. This is my back plate. I could probably pull my front plate and see what that one looks like. Because it's plastic, right? And it's hollow on top of that. So you can fill it with sand, but one thing I saw someone mention online was you can fill these with painter's caulk. So painter's caulk you can go buy from Lowe's. It's like $1.60 a tube. And if you put 7 of those tubes, because that's how many this plate will take, almost exactly 7, you'll get it to 7.6 pounds, which turns out is the exact weight of a Hesco 4401 plate, which is what our primary plates are. So what's cool about these over some of the Team Wendy is the 2 plates are 20 bucks and you're in about another 20 bucks for caulk, a little more depending on what sale you catch. These are multi-curve, so like some of the other options I looked at were AR500. I know, AR500. I've owned AR500 before I knew better. Those aren't curved. When they're flat, they suck. The other problem I have is they're pretty thin, so I had some concerns of them tearing up a carrier. I ran those in my old Condor, so for CrossFit, and they did okay. Had a front curve, the back wasn't. Your other options are, Rogue makes some that are curved. Those don't look too bad, but I think they're like 80 bucks for a pair. Rogue makes some that are not curved, which cost as much as AR500, so you might as well pretend that they're bulletproof and buy AR500 instead of Rogue. And Team Wendy makes some, and Team Wendy's are about 100 bucks, from what I understand. So you're about $60 cheaper this way. I think it's a good way to do it. You could change the amount of weight you need, but so far they've held up well. I used them for Murph last year, and then you got a little bit of bowing on them, but overall, I would suggest this is a valid option. When I was trying to do it online, I couldn't find good information. So you can get about 64 ounces, probably a little bit more of fluid inside these plates. They start warping out the back when you start putting too much in, but they compress pretty well. I did that by filling it with liquid before I went and bought painter's caulk, and then I just kept filling it. So I know 7 will fit, 8's probably too much. That's what I got, 7.5 pounds. If you're running a different plate, so like if you're running L210s, you can run these heavy, or you can run them light. My concern with running them light is you're gonna have a hard time getting the caulk to set the way you want. These are pretty full. I got some room at the top, but they'll fill out pretty well. But anyway, that's one of my little side projects, along with some front flaps, some custom patches, and some other random projects.